Every life tells a story, not the story people post online, not the story people tell in public, the real story. Firm, the story written in private moments. Bear, the story written by choices. The story written by habits. The story written by discipline. And whether you realize it or not, you are writing that story right now. Every morning you wake up, you write another page. Every decision you make, you write another line. Every promise you keep, you build another chapter. And one day, that story becomes your life. The question is, what story are you writing? A story of excuses. A story of fear. A story of wasted potential. Or a story of courage. A story of discipline. A story of growth. Because the truth is, you may not control everything that happens to you, but you always control who you become because of it. And that changes everything. Most people spend their lives trying to control circumstances, trying to control other people, trying to control outcomes. But successful people understand the only thing truly control is yourself, your mindset, your focus, your habits, your standards, your decisions. And once you master those things, your life begins to change, because external success always follows internal growth. Everything starts inside. Your thoughts become beliefs. Your beliefs become actions. Your actions become habits. Your habits become identity. And identity becomes destiny. That is why what you think matters. Your thoughts are not small. They are seeds. And every seed you plant will eventually grow. If you plant doubt, fear grows. If you plant excuses, weakness grows. If you plant discipline, strength grows. If you plant purpose, success grows. So protect your mind, protect your attention, protect your focus, because the world is constantly fighting for your attention. Notifications, distractions, entertainment, comfort. Everything is competing. Focus, and if you do not control your attention, someone else will. And if someone else controls your attention, they control your future. That is why focus is power. Focus is rare, and because it is rare, it is valuable. Build the ability to sit down and work without distraction. That is power. The ability to stay committed. That is power. Build the ability to say no to comfort. That is power. And power changes lives. But power requires discipline. Discipline is not exciting. Discipline is not glamorous. Discipline is repetitive. It is often boring. It is often lonely. But discipline works. And what works wins. Discipline is waking up when your bed feels warm. Discipline is studying. When your phone feels more interesting, discipline is working. Bed, when your emotions say stop, discipline is doing what needs to be done. Bet, even when nobody sees it. That is where greatness begins. Not on stage, not in front of applause, in silence, in private, in sacrifice. That is where identity is built. And identity matters, because you do not act based on your goals, based on your identity. If you believe, I am weak, you act weak. If you believe, I always quit. You quit if you believe. I am focused. I am disciplined. I finish what I start. Then your actions change because identity drives behavior and behavior creates results. So, choose your identity carefully. Speak to yourself wisely. Your inner voice is shaping your future. Every day you are either building confidence, art, or destroying it. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, confidence grows. Every time you break a promise to yourself, confidence weakens. And confidence matters. Because confident people act. Confident people risk. Confident people grow. But confidence is not magic. Confidence is earned through action, through struggle, through discipline, but through keeping promises to yourself. That is real confidence, not fake motivation, not temporary excitement. Real confidence is built through evidence. Evidence that you can suffer and still continue. Evidence that you can fail and still rise. Evidence that you can feel fear and still act. That is courage. And courage separates ordinary lives from extraordinary ones because fear never fully disappears. Even successful people feel fear. The difference is they act anyway, they move anyway, they grow anyway. And growth requires discomfort. No growth happens in comfort. Comfort feels good, but comfort keeps you small. Comfort makes you weak. Comfort makes excuses feel reasonable. Comfort makes procrastination feel harmless. But comfort is expensive because comfort costs you time. Comfort costs you confidence. Comfort costs you dreams. And dreams are too valuable to lose to comfort. Learn difficult skills. Have difficult conversations. Take difficult actions. Do things that challenge you. Because challenge builds strength. And strength builds freedom. Freedom to choose your future. Freedom to create opportunities. Freedom to live on your terms. But freedom has a price. And that price is discipline. You either the price of discipline now or the price of regret later. And regret is expensive. Regret follows people for years. Regret reminds people of what they could have become. Do not live that life. Do not become someone who says, I had potential. I had dreams. I had opportunities, but I never acted. No, act now. Build now. Grow now. Because time is moving. And time never stops. Every hour matters. Every day matters. Every season matters. But you can lose money and earn it back. You can fail and recover. But time never returns. That is why you spend your time defines your future. If you waste your time, you waste your life. If you invest your time, you build your life. So ask yourself, where is my time going? Or where is my energy going? Where is my focus going? Because where your focus goes, your life follows. If you focus on distractions, your life becomes distracted. If you focus on growth, your life expands. Choose carefully, because your future is not being built once a year. It is being built daily. In your mornings, in your routines, in your standards, in your habits That is why routines matter. Morning routines, learning routines, fitness routines, planning routines, reflection routines. These routines may look small, but routines create identity. And identity creates results. Never underestimate small repeated actions. Reading 10 pages a day may not feel life-changing, but do it for 1 year and you become a different person. Working out 30 minutes a day may not feel dramatic, but do it for 1 year and your body changes. Your confidence changes. Your energy changes. Everything changes. That is the power of consistency. Not intensity, consistency. Anyone can work hard for 1 day. Anyone can feel motivated for 1 week. But can you stay committed? For 1 year. Can you stay focused? 4-5 years. Can you continue? Picked when nobody notices. That is where winners are built. Not in excitement, in repetition, in consistency, in discipline. Life will test you. People will doubt you. Some people will laugh at your goals. Some people will misunderstand your vision. Some people will leave. Let them. Not everyone is meant to walk with you. Some people are part of your story, not your future. Do not let small minds control big dreams. Protect your vision. Protect your energy. Protect your purpose. Because purpose gives pain meaning. When you know why, big you can handle how. And your why must be stronger than your excuses. Stronger than your fear, stronger than your comfort.